Hi everybody. So I got my biopsy results back. I think in the last video I shared that my recent PET scan had showed multiple nodules on my lungs and that my doctor was concerned was metastatic cancer, which started in the breast. I had a biopsy last Friday, so about a week and a half ago, and got the results back yesterday. And the biopsy confirmed that it is metastatic breast cancer that has spread to the lungs. And so that, it wasn't a huge surprise because I kind of had a feeling that it had spread, after that PET scan, because it was unlikely to be an infection or anything else. And my oncologist had already kind of, I guess, warned me or prepared me for that news, because she was pretty concerned that that's what it was. So I feel like I wasn't as sad and shocked as I guess I would have been, because I'd already sort of expected it. And at this point, yes, it's scary. It's technically stage 4 breast cancer at this point. And I remain very hopeful because I've been just flooding my brain with hopeful stories and podcasts and books and real stories from real people who have healed for years, not just a few years, but have been in remission for 5, 10, 15, 20 years after stage 4 cancers. And so I know that it's possible. And if they can do it, so can I. And I just have to keep that mindset and keep doing what I'm doing. I've been eating super healthy, no added sugars, no alcohol, maybe once every couple weeks, a glass of wine or something. And much less meat. Actually haven't really been eating red meat or pork. I have been having seafood and chicken, but the chicken I buy is organic and the fish I buy is wild as opposed to farm raised. And so I'm really just educating myself on, what people have done that have recovered from stage 4 cancers. What are they doing? Because if it's worked for them, I can model my own healing after them. And it's a little tricky because, not everybody's journey is the same. Everybody kind of has a slightly different or sometimes very different diet. But I'm just trying to find the commonalities that people have in their healing. And the book Radical Remission and Radical Hope have been super helpful for that, because they go over the same 10 factors that people have used that are in common between people who have healed from advanced cancers. And so I mentioned it in my last video, but some of those things are, changing their nutrition, cutting down significantly on alcohol, sugar, and sometimes meat. Not all of them cut meat out, but a lot of them did. Exercise, addressing emotional issues or big stressors in their lives, getting more community support, increasing positive emotions, reducing negative emotions. So, there are a lot of things that I'm just trying to do to heal as a whole person. So not just my nutrition, but what else in my life needs healing. I feel like this cancer didn't come for no reason. It's because there are things in my life that need to be looked at and addressed, and I'm really trying to do those things. So I do believe healing's possible. And yes, there are times when I get scared, but for the most part, I've been able to maintain a pretty positive mindset. And if I need to cry, sometimes I let myself do that, but I'm just not gonna wallow in that, and I'm not gonna fall into despair or hopelessness, because I think that is gonna be really, really damaging, and I'm not gonna do that. So I've got to stay really strong, and I've got to share with, my loved ones. I haven't shared with, all of my people yet, because I wanted to get the biopsy results first, just in case, it wasn't cancer, it wasn't metastatic. There was a chance that the nodules in my lungs were an infection or something else. So I didn't want to, tell everybody yet, because maybe it was nothing to worry about. But now that I have the biopsy results, I have to share that with everybody, the people that I'm close with. And so that will be hard to see people sad, but it has to be done. So anywho, I'm finding more ways to bring joy into my life too. What are the things that light me up? What are the things that make me really happy? I'm trying to incorporate more of those things into my life so that I'm filling my days with joy, and I think that's really important. So anywho, that's it for now. I just wanted to share that update, and thank you for your support. And again, if you're going through something similar, just keep your hope alive and fill yourself up with things that keep your hope alive, with people, with books, with movies, with activities that keep you feeling joyful and hopeful, as opposed to scared and drained and hopeless. Really protect your energy, and really direct your mind and your thoughts to what you want to happen. Mwah.